Let's get this open. Two serial ports and parallel port. It's a pretty common arrangement for the time. We are in. Let's see what we've got going on inside here. That is probably too dark to see on camera. Alright, it looks like they had ditched the Visa bus by the time this machine came out. And this has 2, 3, 4, 5 ISA slots and 3 PCI slots. Probably is 32 megabytes of RAM. I only see 2 SIMs or DIMMs. SIMs, 72 pin SIMs. It's got a Dallas RTC 12887. I think that's one with a built-in battery because I don't see a battery anywhere else on the board. But it looks like it's soldered in, so that might be a little bit of a hassle to deal with. This floppy drive is only secured on one side. It's missing the 2 screws out of this side. Well, let's get the floppy drive out and look at it. That mildew smell is stronger now that the computer's apart. See these dual combo floppy drives from time to time. Epson SD800. That's pretty interesting. The CD-ROM drive is a compact. Somebody decided not to get a gateway CD drive. They upgraded from compact. I think I found out where one of those floppy drive screws went because the 2 screws on that side of the CD drive didn't match. And it doesn't have any screws on the other side. Well, that might explain it then. Whoever installed this CD drive stole screws out of the floppy drive. The hard drive is also missing screws inside. Looks like the hard drive... Actually, the hard drive only has 1 screw in it. Let's see. Somebody's written all over this with Sharpie 1.7 gig. It's a Fujitsu. Floppy uses the card edge connector. Kind of wondered which one it was going to use since it has both types of floppy drive in there. IDE connector. I realize there are two IDE cables in here. Are these both set up as master? This one's set up as cable select. This one's set up as master. Yep, two IDE cables. Normally you'd have those set up as master and slave. You wouldn't have both IDE cables. Okay. It's got an intake fan and a PC speaker up at the front there. I want to see which sound blaster this is. It does have a Yamaha chip on it, YMF262. It says it's the CT1690. I kind of hope it's a Sound Blaster 16. Since I don't have any Sound Blaster 16s in my collection right now, I will hope it's a Sound Blaster 16. Alright, just a quick note here before I continue. It turns out this in fact is a Sound Blaster Pro version 2. So I now have two Sound Blaster Pro version 2s in my collection and still no Sound Blaster 16s. Alright, here's the modem to US Robotics. According to the sticker on the back, it's supposed to be a 33.6K. Although the computer has a 94 build date and this modem has a 95 copyright date. So this might be an upgrade. I do think it's a hardware modem because it's got jumpers to select the IRQ and the COM port. So I don't think this is one of the Win modems that would have started coming on later Pentium machines. Alright. It's a Trident TVGA 8900D. This, I believe, would have been a fairly low-end graphics card for the time. You know, high-end graphics cards, if they were on an ISA slot, they would have had the VISA extension. And for this machine, a high-end graphics card probably would have been installed in one of the PCI slots. So this is probably just a basic, you know, SVGA, maybe with a little bit of 2D acceleration, but no 3D acceleration for sure. And there's one more card in here that I missed when I was looking at the back. And it looks like a network card. Yep, 3Com Etherlink 3, 10 megabit. Okay, let's turn this on its side to get a better look at everything else in here. Okay, it's a socket 5. I think this will be my first Socket 5 computer. I'm pretty sure this is the original CPU. I can't tell what it is from the model number, but it says copyright 9293. And I'm not going to unbond the heatsink. Oh! No, there we go. 90 megahertz. So yeah, it's a Pentium 90. It does have an AT power supply. This isn't quite new enough to be an ATX board. I do have an ATX socket 7 in my collection somewhere. Since this is a socket 5, it's obviously a little bit older. Yep. Well, that's everything that's inside. I'm going to shut the camera off for a little bit while I wipe down the interior here, and then I'm going to put it back together, and we'll see if it runs.